Hey guys, I'm Ryan Raymond, and one of the biggest questions I get asked is self-publishing on Amazon. Getting started, how to do it, and everything. And I'm still learning it myself. So I had the good luck today of being able to sit down with an expert in this field. So I have an interview, part of my conversation with Kelly Publish. And Kelly Publish is one of the largest YouTube personalities that discuss self-publishing. So make sure you go over, subscribe to Kelly's channel. It's amazing content, and stay through and watch this whole interview. Thank you, and I'll see you guys at the end. Well, hey everyone, I'm Ryan Raymond, and this is Kelly Roberts. And today, a lot of people ask me about self-publishing, and I don't do it very much. I've only got 2 books on KDP itself. So while I was here in Columbus, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to come talk to you guys and find out like everything I can know about self-publishing.
Cool.
All right. First thing, what type of self-publishing do you do? Because there's lots of different types out there. So what's your special
Right
particular type?
now, I do what's called low content, no content books. Now, this is not a definition you'd find in the dictionary.
Okay.
But I think no content books are like sketchbook journals. Low content books are more writing, like say prompt books.
Okay.
But still less writing than a normal book that you see on. That's what I focus on now. I've done outsourced writing in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried writing my own, and I didn't really enjoy the process. So that's why I like this whole no content.
That makes a lot of sense. So how long have you been doing it then?
Started it in January of 2016.
Okay.
Just did a little bit here and there because I love research. I like designing. Despise the upload. So, and back then it was CreateSpace, so it took forever to upload. So I did a little bit, didn't see as much results as I wanted, so I stopped. And then around quarter 4 of 2016, Dale, my husband, started doing it more and got success. And I was like, I think I can do this if I'm paid well. So I did. And then it went really well. And so 2017, I focused on it more, doing it. Because it's like one of those things I really enjoyed the process. I really like the paycheck. That was I always tell people to do what you enjoy, but it kind of came together.
Yeah. So we were talking about that earlier, and I was going to say, so a lot of people start something and they burn out on it fast, or they get tired of it, or anything like that. So what about the low content, no content books that you're publishing? What makes you still enjoy doing it? What's your favorite aspect of doing
My
it?
favorite aspect is probably trying to find a niche that's not already been.
Okay.
And they're still out there. It just might take a while to find them.
So what sort of process do you use if you're going to do a no or low content book? Let's even just stick with like a sketchbook or something like that, or a line journal or something in the lowest category, because I think a lot of people, when they're getting into KDP, that's where they think they want to at least start with. They're probably not going to jump in and design a scheduler or calendar.
Probably just depending on your experience. That's probably the smartest. I always tell people, if you don't have any publishing experience, or even with these, start with sketchbooks or line journals. You are not going to become a millionaire doing this. However, the benefit is you can process down before you start going on to other things. Because line journals don't take too much time to design. It's the same template. You just bam, it's
a
up
new
there.
Cover type thing. And
when you do low content, it's a little bit more scary because you take more time. So it just builds that confidence.
That makes sense. Sorry, forgot. I had a follow-up to that thing.
I kind of interrupted you, but I kept babbling.
That's okay. So back to, if you were going to sit down and come up with something new tonight, kind of walk me through what would be your sort of process. Do you dive straight into Amazon? Do you look elsewhere? What do you do?
Well, that's a tricky question, because right now I would probably look at my reports and see selling, and if I can find any new ideas that combine niches or whatnot. But if I was starting brand new, I would think of my hobbies, my family's hobbies. One of my better selling notebooks and shirts is a card game.
Okay.
So things like that. There's probably some hobby or some profession that's weird in your friends or family. Try to find that. And Amazon's good too, and Google, because Google and Amazon do interlinks there. And this is a business that you can spend all day learning if you want, but you're going to learn so much more by it.
You have to do it to
Mhm.
learn.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that goes with merch, that goes with anything you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Get that first product out and get some confidence going. And like,
Mhm.
oh, I can do this. And once you get the first product, after that, getting the first sale, like
It
that,
just builds your confidence.
it becomes an
does.
addiction almost at that point. You just want that
Mhm.
next little one. It might have been 30 cents you made, but it's really exciting that you made it.
Absolutely.
I think those are some things that people need to know when they're getting into it. It's not going to be fast by any means.
This is a long-term business. If it's going to be, I mean, there are those unicorns out there, but it's definitely a long-term.
So it's not something, if someone's saying they want to join KDP tomorrow, they're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow, and like unless they have some way to market that product to a lot of people.
Let's just say I did not hit my first $1,000 a month with low or no content books until probably 6. So, but I mean, like I shared in 2016, I didn't do it full time, far from it. So if I would have done it full time, I might have been able to do that sooner, but that was some process.
How many, can I ask how many books you've published? Estimate? Or
For low no content?
Yeah.
Probably between 6 and 7.
Oh, wow.
I have taken some off the market. We all learn. My covers in the beginning were not the best. So if I think a cover is ugly and it's never sold within a few years, I unpublish it.
That makes sense.
You know, I think something with merch, I don't know if this is true, but they want to see quality designs. If you have too many out there that aren't selling at all, I don't know if it hurts your account, but that was my thinking for KDP, why I unpublished them.
I have found for myself, at least with merch, and KDP may be the same way, if I am, like you said, you're looking at your analytics, you're identifying what you're selling already because you know there's demand there. So obviously go back to where it is. When I'm doing that, I find that I really kind of have to vary up my keywords a little bit with it, because if I use the same type of description and just moved a few words and that one doesn't do well, it seems to start bringing down the other ones in my portfolio.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it, especially if you use like the exact same titles and bullets, I find like it may be, I did the same shirt, but I did it in 5 different fonts. Well, it'd be having the same description, really. Yeah, use the same one. One might start getting sales, but if I don't vary it up, the rest kind of all get lumped together. What I find.
That
so
makes
it might be
sense.
something similar in KDP.
Yeah, so that means some people thought, why are you doing that? I'm like, if it hasn't sold in 3 years, it's probably unsearchable, so why not?
Yeah, and you can always put it back up, especially if it's like a...
I can. You know, luckily, unlike merch, you know, if you delete a design, with KDP, it's just in draft. So you can always continue setup if you made a mistake or you're like, oh, let's try to sell that or whatever. So there's that.
Good, that's good. Have you been affected by lots of new people in... I know there's differing opinions on new people joining KDP.
Well... I don't share my exact income, but I do share that my Q4 in 2019 lower than 2018. I think there was probably a couple of factors for that. One, there was one less week in between Black Friday and Christmas.
That was a big deal this year, I think. That was
a pretty big deal, and that was substantial. I mean, but it's something we have to deal with because next year is going to be the same.
We can't change the calendar. So.
Right. We only have 2 extra days next year compared to, you know, what we just had. But also, a lot of my sales have come from like journals, and with the extra competition, you know, it is funny. I do have some good sellers I made 2 years ago, but again, with the extra competition, I know it has to be hurting somehow, but it just makes me work harder to diversify my portfolio. I think quality and low content go, but that just takes time.
So what you're saying, the best way to do KDP is not take my merch design, put it on 5 different backgrounds, and re-upload it on a red color, a blue color, a green color, and a black color.
It's going to be a waste of your time.
Okay. So,
if that's your method to learn, you know, like we said earlier with sketchbooks, start small to learn the process, great. But I get that question a lot. Well, how many sizes should I upload it to?
1. I
know one person who sells well on multiple different sizes. And there's so many sellers.
Yeah.
So I think that percentage is very small. I really do think you're best served to spend your time on other ideas, niches, stuff like that. Don't flood the market.
I think that's been, some people took that approach. I think that there was a perception that that was going to be a way to gain success.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first discovered KDP, I was getting that message a lot myself, and it kind of turned me off. I was like, if everyone's just doing that over and over again, I'm throwing a pebble in a sea and telling someone to go find it. And
yeah, just one more thing on that. I mean, I know there's virtual assistants out there that you can upload books, and there's probably automation. I don't do that, but it's boring to upload that stuff over and over. I mean, it really is. And I do this for fun. If I get bored, I do something else. If I can't find anything that's fun, I'm going to go get a job. So if I'm going to work for myself, pay all these taxes and health insurance, I'm going to have.
That's right. So. If you're not enjoying what you're doing every day, find something new to do. So if KDP stops being fun for you, I would say you're probably jump to something else. Or, that burnout does happen. I've had it in merch where, you're uploading 100 designs, cycling out every day or going through it, and all of a sudden you're like, I just need some time off. Like, I don't want to look at an upload screen again.
I recently took 2 weeks off in December, and it was towards the end of those 2 weeks, I was actually looking forward to checking my reports. And
so when you got back, your motivation.
Yeah, and it's really funny because I do the merch, and I still do the KDP. And, it's like, oh, you should focus on one thing. I could not imagine only doing KDP, only doing merch. I would go crazy. So I choose to do only 2 things. And whatever I wake up feeling like doing, that's kind of what I do within reason. It's January 11th? We're filming this. I haven't uploaded a KDP book yet this year. It's all.
Okay.
So, just fun fact.
That's good.
Yeah.
One other thing, like, if you could give anyone starting that decided they want KDP, they're going to start it today, what would you tell them to do?
Start learning and start doing. Don't think about it. Just do it.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll get some people started with KDP, low content, no content publishing.
I hope it helps.
All right. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
I appreciate you enjoying hospitality here. So thank you. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video, and it's going to help you get started on KDP publishing. Make sure that you go over, subscribe to Kelly's channel, and watch all of her videos, because going to an expert is one of the best ways to find out information about something.